Welcome to number 27. Let's go. This is the TopCat AI Signal Report, where we turn noise into signal and signal into creation. This is the briefing for founders, operators, and decision makers who do not have the time to dig through the flood of AI headlines, local marketing shifts, and business noise. We do the research so you can stay focused on execution. Today's report is built for simply the on-the-go founder. 10 minutes of signal-rich intelligence plus ad segments to bring the full experience to 12 minutes total. Let's get into today's signal. Someone hit my music and let's get this thing started. I'm Coach Clement and we are getting started.
Can illuminate the sky. Yeah. Yesterday I heard a voice buried underneath the noise. Not somebody else's plan, just the truth of who I am.
Let's go.
Started with a single thought, a lesson life had gently taught. Every mountain ever climbed started in somebody's mind.
Yes. It always starts in your mind. And speaking of starting in your mind, the main signal, the clearest signal today is that AI is continuing to move from experimentation into everyday business infrastructure. Now that matters because the market has moved beyond curiosity. A few years ago, the big question was whether AI could produce useful output. Now the question is where it fits into operating rhythm of the business. Now we're seeing AI show up in lead follow-up, customer support, internal coordination, meeting summaries, scheduling, and workflow automation. It is no longer just a side tool for occasional tasks. It is becoming part of how work gets done. At least in TopCat Enterprises it does. That is a major shift for founders. It means AI is now being judged less by novelty and more by reliability, speed, and business impact. The real question is not whether AI can help. The real question is where it can remove friction in a way that matters. That is the signal. Segment 2. Why it matters now. This matters now because businesses are under pressure to do more with less, and AI is one of the few tools that can increase leverage without immediately adding headcount. Now, what used to take a person meaningful block of time can now be compressed into minutes if the workflow is designed well. A lead can be answered faster, a customer question can be routed faster, a meeting can be summarized faster, a follow-up can be drafted faster. But the bigger value is not the only speed, it is consistency. A lot of businesses do not fail because they are inactive. They struggle because execution varies too much. Responses come late, follow-ups slip, content cadence drops. Internal communication gets messy. AI helps close the gaps. So the question today is not, what can AI do? The better question is, where does inconsistency cost me? Revenue or trust? And how do I remove the friction? That is where the return shows up first. Segment 3, the market shift. The market is now separating into two distinct and it's crazy, but there's only going to be two, okay? And that's the way it looks like it's doing right now. And one side, again, are still dabbling, using AI in scattered ways without any defined outcome. On the other side, businesses are treating it like infrastructure, something that supports revenue, operation, and customer experience. Obviously, which group would you choose? Me too, the second group. Why? Because they are asking better questions. They're not asking for random tools. They are asking for systems that help them do one of three things: earn more, save time, protect trust. That is the filter. When AI is tied to clear business outcome, it becomes easier to measure, easier to improve, easier to justify. When it's not, it becomes another subscription, another distraction. The strongest leaders are narrowing the focus. They are not trying to automate everything. They are choosing the highest friction workflow and fixing that first. That is how AI stops being hype and starts being useful. Now, before we continue, a quick word for today's sponsor. If your team is still spending too much time on repetitive research, scattered updates, or first draft content, The answer is not more chaos. The answer is a sharper signal. TopCat AI Signal Report is designed for leaders who want clarity without the clutter. Because in business, timing and focus matter. Segment 4, revenue engine, not just assistant. A lot of businesses still think AI as an assistant. That framing is useful, but it's too small. The more important use case is where AI changes the speed or quality of revenue activity. That can mean faster lead response, better follow-up, smarter segmentation, more consistent outreach, more useful content tied to buyer intent, less friction in the buying process. Those are not abstract improvements. Those are revenue mechanics. If AI helps a founder or team respond faster, personalize better, stay consistent, it can create measurable lift. And in a small business, small lifts matter. A few percentage points in response rate or conversion can have an outsized effect. That is why this wave of AI matters more than the early hype cycle. It is being tied to outcomes that owners can actually feel. The best businesses are not using AI to look advanced. They're using it to perform better. Segment 5, governance. Governance is catching up. At the same time, there's another signal leaders cannot ignore, and governance is tightening. As AI becomes, more embedded in the workflow, oversight is becoming more important. Transparency, compliance, responsibility, use are moving closer to the center of the conversation. That matters because the more AI touches customer communication, content, and decision support, the more important it becomes to know how it is being used, what it can access, and where humans need to stay in the loop. This is especially important for premium brands or service businesses where one bad automated interaction can do real damage. The highest functioning teams will not be the ones that use the most AI. They will be the ones that know where to apply it, where to limit it, and where to supervise it carefully. That balance is becoming a competitive advantage. Segment 6, what smart teams are doing. Smart teams are taking a practical approach. They are using AI to capture and qualify leads, improve customer follow-up, handle repetitive questions, organize internal knowledge, draft content faster, reduce manual administration, support team members with search and summarization. Notice the pattern? These are leverage points. They're not flashy, they're useful. And usefulness is what creates durability. The best businesses are not chasing AI because it's trendy. They're using it because it makes the business easier to run and easier to scale. Y'all hear me? Now this is based on Microsoft, Reuters, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So that's the standard now, y'all. If a tool saves time but harms quality, it's not the right tool. If a tool improves quality but creates confusion, it is not the right tool. The goal is leverage with control. Segment 7, what to avoid. Now, there's also a clear caution signal today. Do not confuse adoption with strategy. A business can buy 10 tools and still have no AI advantage. In fact, that often creates more complexity, more confusion, and less ownership. Without a clear use case, a clear owner, and a clear measurement system, AI becomes noise. The other mistake is to automate too aggressively without preserving brand voice or human judgment. Especially in local, premium, or trusted-based businesses, customers still want to feel like there's a real person behind the response. This is why I do my podcast live, y'all. AI should make you faster and more consistent, not robotic or generic. That distinction matters. If the output feels cheaper, the brand suffers. If the output feels sharper, the brand wins. This is the line leaders need to hold. Segment 8, founder action plan. Now here's the founder level action plan for today. First, pick one revenue workflow, something tied to lead capture, follow-up, or conversion. Second, pick one service workflow, something tied to support, response time, or customer experience. Third, pick one trust workflow, something where quality, tone, or transparency matters. Then ask one question for each. Where can AI remove delay without removing judgment? That's the sweet spot. You are not trying to build a fully automated business overnight. You're trying to create visible leverage in places that matter most. Follow me? If AI helps you get to a lead faster, help a customer sooner, or keep a promise more consistently, that is real value. That is worth more than a shiny tool demo every single time. Let's go. If y'all are following me, put it in the chat that you're following me. This is crazy. Segment 9, the local and premium angle. For local and premium brands, this matters even more. Those businesses depend on trust, responsiveness, and clear positioning. Customers often decide quickly whether a brand feels creditable. That means speed and clarity are part of the product. AI can support that standard if it is used well. It can help draft better replies. It can keep communications consistent. It can make the team faster. It can improve internal organization. It can help the brand look and feel more buttoned up. But the goal is not to sound automated. The goal is to sound polished, knowledgeable, and available. This is where premium brands win in AI, y'all. Not by sounding more machine-like, but by sounding more precise. And for a founder on the move, that precision is an asset. All right, another quick word for today's sponsor. TopCat AI Report is for leaders who don't have time to research, so we do it for them. If you want a sharper lens on what matters, stay with us. The signal is already there. The challenge is knowing what to ignore. Closing. So today's signal is clear. AI is becoming everyday infrastructure. AI is increasingly tied to revenue. Governance is becoming more important. And the best businesses are using AI to reduce friction, not create more noise. That is why the theme remains the same, y'all. From noise to signal, from signal to creation. I'm TopCat. You know, and we've come to the end of the signal right now. We appreciate you. If you want more, definitely stay tuned for tomorrow. Number 28 tomorrow. Yes, let's get it done. Somebody cue my music. And guess what? If you're in an area where the heat is over 90 degrees, the humidity is really high, you guys stay hydrated. We love y'all. Coach Clement, TopCat AI Signal Report number 27 has concluded. Someone hit my music. We're out of here.
I stopped waiting, stopped debating, stopped asking permission to become my own vision. From signal to creation, that's the journey we're taking. That's the journey we're taking.
We'll see y'all next time. Thank you.